Learning complex words. There is such an English word that I find very attractive both by its meaning and by the way it sounds. Let me give you a definition of the word. It sounds like the state of having a duty to deal with something or of having control over someone. Let me show you some synonyms of this word: authority, duty, control, power, leadership, liability, charge, accountability, blame, honest, burden, drag, weight, and load. If you haven't yet guessed what word I mean, I'll give you an example. Here it is. Women bear children and take responsibility for child care. In other words, women have a duty to control their children. Женщины берут на себя обязанность управлять своими детьми или контролировать своих детей. Look at it written on the board in cursive. Responsibility. Now look at it in block letters. Responsibility. Responsibility. It is a kind of a coined English word that we call derivative. That is, a word formed from another word or base. The word responsibility comes from the word responsible. That means accountable, liable, reliable, answerable, chargeable, and amenable. In its turn, the word responsible derives from the word response. That means answer, reply, or reaction. To memorize the word perfectly, we need a sentence or a phrase as an example. Here is a sentence with this word in it. I have responsibility for teaching you English. Я несу ответственность за обучение вас английскому языку. It's a coined word, as I told you. I would call it as a word-built unit. Я бы назвал его как a word-built unit. Словообразовательная единица. This idea comes from the compound word as word building, то есть создание слов или словостроительство, по аналогии с bodybuilding, телостроительство. This idea comes from the compound word as a word building when we build new words. There are many letters in the word responsibility, but how many letters are there in this word? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, all in all, 14 letters, but some letters are repeated twice or thrice. So, there are 11 letters in this word. It's a long word, I'd say, and it's not so short as the word rest. Here are the letters themselves. So, the word consists of 11 letters when letter S is iterated twice and letter I thrice. Thrice means трижды. Is there a letter A in this word? No, there isn't. Is there a letter Y in this word? Yes, there is. It is the last to come. It is the last in this word to come. It is the last to come in this word. Are there letters U, W, V, and Z in this word? No, there aren't. The first letter in this word to come is letter R. The second letter to come is letter E. The third one to come is S. Is the fourth letter in this word B? No, it isn't. What letter is it that is the fourth to come in this word? Look at this word. Yes, it's letter P. That is the fourth to come in this word. What about the last letter to come in this word? Sure, the last letter to come is letter Y. The last letter to come in this word is letter Y. Look at it carefully and remember the way it sounds. Well, it sounds like the word why. W-H-Y. Why? Почему? Why are you here? Почему ты здесь? You are here to practice English. Ты здесь для того, чтобы практиковаться в английском языке. Или ты здесь для того, чтобы практиковать английский. There are vowels and consonants in the word responsibility. А в слове responsibility есть как гласные буквы, так и согласные. There are vowels или гласные звуки, так и согласные звуки. Vowels and consonants. Имеется в виду либо звуки, либо буквы. Vowels – это гласные, consonants – это согласные. The vowels are E, I, O. The consonants are R, S, P, N, B, L, T. Letter Y can be both a vowel and a consonant. Буква Y может быть как гласной буквой, так и согласной. Letter A and U are also vowels. Буквы A и U также являются гласными буквами. There aren't vowels A and U in the word responsibility. А таких букв, как A и U, в слове responsibility нет. Combinations of vowels and consonants make up a syllable in a word. Можно еще сказать, комбинацию гласных и согласных букв составляют один слог в слове. Можно сказать и так. Vowels and consonants being combined make up a syllable in a word. For example, the first three letters in the word make up the first syllable. The first three letters R-E-S, res. Res is one syllable. Why? Because R is consonant, S is consonant. Between R and S. And we get a one syllable, res. How many syllables are there in the word responsibility? Let's identify them. Давайте определим их. And then count how many syllables there can be in this word. Look at this word once again. Взгляните еще раз на это слово. Responsibility. 6 syllables. There are 6 syllables in the word responsibility. If a word consists of 2 or more syllables, there can be one that is supposed to be stressed. Если слово состоит из 2 и более слогов, то должен быть один, на который нужно делать ударение. One must know about it to pronounce a word correctly. Нужно знать об этом, чтобы произносить слово правильно. One must know about it. Нужно знать об этом. To pronounce a word correctly. Чтобы произносить слово правильно. One must know about it to pronounce a word correctly. Which syllable in this word is stressed? Какой слог в этом слове ударный? The first syllable res isn't stressed. The second one, that is spun, isn't stressed either. The third one, c, isn't stressed either. But the fourth syllable, p, is stressed. The fifth, or the last syllable but one, that is li, isn't stressed either. The last one, that is t, isn't stressed either. The only one syllable in this word that is stressed is syllable b. Responsibility, ability, responsibility, ability, b. As I told you before, the word responsibility is a coined word that we also call derivative. This word comes from the word respond and response. Respond – это реагировать, отвечать. Response – это ответ или реагирование, или реакция. Respond is a verb and response is a noun. Here are 2 examples with these words. Would anyone care to respond to the last question? Кому нужно отвечать на последний вопрос? In response to your letter of the 15th May. В ответ на ваше письмо за 15 мая. And here are some other derivatives. Responsible, responsive, respondent, correspondent, correspondence, and irresponsibility. That means lacking a sense of responsibility. Responsible означает ответственный. Responsive тоже ответственный. Respondent – респондент. Correspondent – корреспондент. Correspondence – это корреспонденция или переписка. And irresponsibility – это безответственность, которая означает нехватка чувства ответственности. Это и есть irresponsibility, то есть достаточно добавить к слову responsibility, что означает ответственность, суффикс ir, ir, и у нас получается безответственность, irresponsibility. Например, rational – рациональный, irrational – иррациональный. Memorize the following examples, including these derivatives. Заучите следующие примеры, включающие дериваты, производные. Who is responsible for this terrible mess? Кто отвечает за этот ужасный беспорядок? Mess – бардак, беспорядок. Excuse the mess. Извините за бардак в квартире, например, в квартире. Excuse the mess. He is responsible enough for this job. Он довольно-таки ответственный человек для этой работы. He is responsible enough for this job. They are a bright, responsive people here. Correspondent. A person who communicates by letter or by letters. Or a person employed by a newspaper, etc., to report on a special subject or to send reports from a foreign country. 3. A person or firm that has regular business relationships with another, especially one in a different part of the country or abroad. 4. Something that corresponds to another. Another example. In African languages, there is a close correspondence between sounds and letters. В африканских языках существует тесное взаимодействие между звуками и буквами. I am in correspondence with some people from abroad. Я веду переписку с некоторыми людьми из-за границы.